Hey everybody, it's Matt from Junior Horror Movies, and welcome to another Top 10 Tuesday. This week, I decided I was looking through my collection and the list that we have. I didn't feel like doing that one because I didn't have enough, so I was pondering what to do, and then it hit me. I'm gonna do some snakes. So yes, my top 10 snake films. There's a whole bunch of different snake films out there, and some I wish actually had a release, and some are kind of harder to find. So I went through my collection. I found 10. I have more than 10, but I picked my favorite 10 films for this top 10 Tuesday. So without further ado, top 10 snake films in my collection. All right, number 10 is actually a Sci-Fi Channel film that's a lot of fun, and that is Boa versus Python. Yeah, let me sit up this way. There we go. Boa versus Python, where they take two different sci-fi channel films and make it one to battle each other pretty much. uh, One is a hunter who pretty much captures this giant snake and smuggles it to the US to go on a hunt, while of course the snake breaks out, and now the scientists decide, let's use another snake to hunt the big snake. Fun film. I enjoyed it. Just a fun watch to kill some time or to veg out. It was fun. Number 9. I think this was a made for TV movie. I don't remember. And that is Venomous with Treat Williams. Pretty much killer snakes are infecting a small town, and their treat is a scientist trying to come up with a vaccination for the venom. And of course, people are just getting picked off one at a time. Great film. Highly recommend checking out Venomous. Number 8 is Jaws of Satan. Yes, this is kind of a weird snake film, but it's actually pretty fun to watch. It's where Satan comes to a small town as a form of a cobra, and he's going around picking off people, and also that there is a priest who's kind of down on his luck and everything. Now he must battle Satan in the form of this cobra. Pretty cool flick. I think this is from the 70s, I think, or the late or early 80s. 1981, sorry. So it's from 1981. Some cool kills. Uh, Pretty much it was a good setting. I liked how it was done, the whole good versus evil. So yeah, Jaws of Satan. Number 7, which I was kind of surprised that Code Red actually put this out, and that is Spasms. Pretty much a this cult that deals with snakes, brings in this gigantic, huge snake, and of course it busts out and starts terrorizing people on a college campus. And if you get bit by the snake, your face pretty much you start to pretty much explode because there's so much blood and venom going through your system, and just it's insane. It's a pretty cool flick. I wish they did more with the cult, but I heard that with this film was it was cut short, and they wanted to push it out pretty fast. The director wanted more footage, so you could kind of tell where it kind of what we're gonna cut it here, and then that's it. But still a fun film. I think this is now out of print, but who knows with Code Red? They always put out a limited number, but then all of a sudden they have more in their store. So keep an eye on the Code Red site. Hopefully Spasms will come back in. Fun film. Really liked it. Number 6 is actually Anaconda's The Hunt for the Blood Orchid. This is the sequel to the Anaconda. I actually liked this film. I remember watching this in the theater, and I actually really enjoyed it. I liked how the storyline is, where a pharmaceutical group sends in a team to go after the blood orchid. It's supposedly this flower that can help cure different diseases and everything. Well, of course, they run into a giant nesting of anacondas. And of course, it's during mating season, so these anacondas are all pumped up, ready to go and eat everything and fuck everything. But don't worry, they don't fuck anybody, but they just eat everybody. But I actually like this movie. I know some people, it's a hit or miss with some. I liked it. So Anaconda's Hunt for the Blood Orchid as my number 6. Number 5 is King Cobra. Yes, this has got Pat Morita in it, and the dude from Children of the Corn there, the redheaded dude. I keep forgetting his name. I forgot. Holy crap. But anyway, they're scientists. Well, a couple of them are scientists, including the kid from Children of the Corn. And he decides to speed up the work because it's going so slow. And pretty much they injected into this gigantic cobra, this king cobra. It gets loose and it gets pissed off, it gets hungry, and it's all genetically engineered and it starts killing people again in a small town. Like everything takes place in a small town. I love it. And of course, they hired Pat Morita, who is a snake expert, who is pretty much immune to venom because he gets himself bit a lot to get immune to it, because his blood is used to help. So they used him to help catch this gigantic king cobra. Pretty cool special effects. Mostly all it's practical effects. Some good one-liners and some good kills. It's a fun film. All right, number 4. This was a goofy film, but it was actually a fun watch. And that is, of course, Snakes on a Plane. The only reason why Samuel L. Jackson did this movie is because of the title. They were going to originally have the title as, I think it was Airport something or Dock. Like, it was going to be like the name of the port or the name of the station it was at. But he said, I like Snakes on a Plane. That's the way it should be. It's just what it is. Snakes on a Plane. Pretty much Samuel L. Jackson is a cop. He is bringing a eyewitness to this court hearing. They have to fly. And of course, this guy is involved with the mafia and everything. He's a killer. So the killer decides to load the plane full of snakes. And of course, these hormones are injected and they make the snakes go all crazy. And all these people pretty much have to survive snakes on a plane. It's fun. It's just goofy as hell. I know some people didn't like this film. I loved it. It was just a fun, stupid watch. Number 3 is actually a new one, but I've been after it and I finally bought it. I've seen it before, and I heard it's going out of print, but it's a fun film, and that is Venom with Klaus Kinski and others. Blue Underground said this is going out of print, so if you haven't bought this yet, pick it up. Pretty much, these robbers go into the house, kind of like a little bit of a home invasion, but they also encounter the kid's pet, which was actually the wrong one. He was supposed to get a normal snake, but he ended up getting a it's a black mamba, and of course the mamba gets through and pretty much terrorizes him in this house. Awesome film, awesome setting, great flick. Highly recommend checking out Venom. Get it because it's going out of print. All right, number 2 was actually a blind buy back when I bought the VHS. And I never saw it before. I'm like, oh, it looks okay. Watched it, loved it. And that is Python with Casper Van Dien and Robert Englund. It's even got Will Wheaton in it, too. And again, this one is a government project. Breaks out of a plane, crashes into a small town, and this gigantic python is loose, devouring people. And leaving nothing behind, or leaving goops of dead bodies. So pretty much Robert Englund is the scientist who created it, and Casper Van Dien is part of this special ops program going in to get the snake. Meanwhile, there's some locals trying to figure out why people are dying, and they find out it's a giant python, so they gotta stop this creature. So it's a pretty fun film. It's actually not bad. It is CGI snake, but it's not a bad CGI. So it's actually a fun flick. They did make a sequel to this, and they used some of the characters from the first movie in the sequel. It's an okay sequel, but the first one's pretty solid. And my number 1, I had to get this cover art because I remember this cover art when I saw it in the theater and I loved it. I didn't like the extra cover art or the Blu-ray, so I stuck with the DVD, and that is Anaconda. Saw this in the theaters and loved it. The extra cover art is the snake eyes, but you got Ice Cube, and Jennifer Lopez in the cover art. Meh. And then the Blu-ray is the same thing with them on the front with the eyes. I just like this cover art. This is the original artwork for this film, It's just pretty cool looking. You just got these eyes just staring at you. Pretty freaky looking. Of course, they are a film crew doing a documentary on this tribe. They pick up a guy who lost his way because his boat was smashed. Come to find out he's a giant snake hunter. And he pretty much persuades the film crew to go on this expedition to hunt this and capture a giant python. No, anaconda. To capture a giant anaconda. Wow. Matt talked. Wow, I can't talk. Jeez. Okay. Taken Tar 2. Boom. Okay, so pretty much they go into the Amazon to capture a giant anaconda. Here, of course, the boat gets into some problems, and then the snakes attack the crew and start picking them off one at a time. It's kind of neat because it's got a young, oh shit, I can't remember his name. Guy with a funky nose, Owen Wilson. Yes, Owen Wilson's in this one. Jon Voight, Eric Stoltz. So you got pretty much a good crew on this flick. And this was from 1998, I want to say, or somewhere. Yada yada yada. 97. Well, I was close. So this was 1997. Again, I had to get this cover art because I liked the eyes just staring at you and not the stupid faces. So yeah, guys, this is my list for my top 10 Tuesday of snake films. Little recap. Number 1, Anaconda. Number 2, Python. 3 is Venom. 4 is Snakes on a Plane. 5, King Cobra. 6, Anacondas, The Search for the Blood Orchid. 7, Spasms. 8, Jaws of Satan. 9 is Venomous. And 10 is Boa vs. Python. Is there any other snake films out there you guys want to recommend? Please let me know in the comments down below. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Have yourself a good one. Later. Peace.